Good morning, my dolly friends. So happy to be here and have the opportunity to talk to you guys. This video, obviously, you can see I'm doing some painting and I thought I would chat along. I fast forwarded or sped up or whatever you want to call this video a bit. So basically, I'm sitting in my chair, drinking my coffee, looking out the window at the birds. Looks like it's going to be a rainy day. I hope it is not. But what can you do? I want to get out and finish the yard, but I don't think that's going to happen unless the sun comes out. You know, I checked the weather in advance and it still is lying to me. It said it was going to be nice until the weekend. Anywho, what can you do? Here, this doll. Well, I have a few dolls on my table, and I like how I have it. I basically taken over my kitchen table. We don't have a kitchen table to eat at. Basically, that's what's going on. So I have more room in my baby room for things. But we don't have a kitchen table to eat at. But lo and behold, we hardly ever eat at the kitchen table unless it's something fancy. I tried for a while, right at the kitchen table, eating at the kitchen table. When I met Trevor, he never ate at the kitchen table. Never. And got in that habit and kind of just, you know how you meet a partner and you kind of do what they do, or you kind of, I don't know what it is, and vice versa. Like, anyway, that's that. So we all kind of watch shows while we're having our meal. So this particular doll that I'm working on right now is a doll that I already put layers. So I already did the veining and mottling and I did some light creasing, things like that. Here I'm putting on some skin layers. I wasn't going to do any skin layers. I was just going to do like colors, you know, just building up colors with different mottling colors. And then I thought, you know what? No, I'm going to put some skin layers on. I don't know. I've been doing that a little bit later, a little bit more often. I don't know about anybody else, but my dolls always, they never look identical. I don't feel they look identical unless I do them all at the same time, and I do the same thing to all of them at the same time, which I've done, but these ones I'm working at different times. They're on the table, but I'll do a little bit with this one, a little bit with that one, and that's kind of the way I do it. But I'm just putting thin layers on. I think I've discovered over the years of painting, I guess a year and a half, might be coming up to 2 years. Holy crap, oldies, might be. Anyway, the thin layers are the best. Sometimes when I mix the paint and it's not as thin as I thought, I don't like how it turns out. I personally can see lines. And I think if you've done any reborning, you know, you can pick up some of the stuff where maybe if you haven't, you don't notice it, but it irritates me. So that's that. Oh, look at the mourning doves. I have some mourning doves out here trying to figure out if they're going to actually lay or land on my table of seeds out there. They sit on my gate right by the window where I can see them, but they won't necessarily land on the table with the food. They're funny. They'll jump down on the bottom part on the deck and get the leftover pieces where the little birds are swoop in, swoop out. Okay, so basically I put the skin layers on with a paintbrush, and then you can see I blot them off with my sponge, and then I go around with my other brush to get in those little places that you don't want to have paint where it kind of gets gunky. So you kind of clean that up. I haven't painted in a while, actually. When I say a while, I mean, would it be a couple of weeks? Maybe a couple of weeks. No, I don't know. At least a week anyway. So it wasn't my feeling the greatest. But I got my nice chair out there, which is my computer chair instead of sitting on the kitchen chair. And I think that's made a big difference. I enjoyed the painting that I did, and I'm looking forward to doing that again today. So I'll have, when I get these dolls, I'll have a few dolls back up on dollhaven.com. If you haven't checked out dollhaven.com, jump on there. You can sell your things too if you like. Not a lot of traffic currently. That's why I am not charging a monthly fee. It's just based on if you sell the doll. It's more of a donation goes to the site. 10% donation goes to the site to keep it running and things like that. So I actually can have multi-vendors. But we'll see how it goes. I'm doing the feet here. I think coming up with a few layers that I'll do, look how messy. I'm looking at this while I'm recording. Look how messy I got this table. I need to get the pads. You know, I think puppy pads, I've seen people use like puppy pads when they paint. It's probably the better bet than paper towel. This table will be ruined most likely, but so much space. I mean, when I first started out in my baby room, I had a big table in there. I used to paint in there, and that was nice. And I had my dolls in there and stuff like that. But things, not that things have grown. Yeah, they've grown. What the frig am I trying to prove? They've grown in there. And I have clothes in there, and I have different things in there. That reminds me, I've got to do a load of baby clothes. I want to wash them all up, clean them all up, and get them in. I have a few drawers in there. I want to put them in drawers. So the lighting right here is really good for painting because I'm sitting right by the patio door, which opens up. Not great for Trevor when he wants to go out and do a little bit of the barbecue, but it is what it is, what it is. So I wanted to talk about something that I thought it was funny. When we do our videos or doll videos, I think it's funny. And when I first started watching videos, and I do it myself. I mean, we all tend to do it. But you do your video with your doll, you're dressing your doll, and you describe every little thing about the outfit you're putting on. So today, as you can see, I'm putting on this romper, and this romper has white little dots with little butterflies on the side, and the pockets are embroidered and blah, 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 blah. And up at the collar, you can see this and that, blah, blah, blah. Aw, my little mourning dove is on the table. Good for it. I just think it's so funny. And I'm not saying that to make fun of anybody or anything like that. And it's really awesome for people who are listening and not necessarily seeing what's on the screen. So that's perfect. However, I don't think that's the reason why people do it. I think the reason why people do it is just a habitual thing that we've all done when we have Dolly Channel. We describe all the little parts. And when I first started watching Dolly channels and I seen that, I thought, that's really bizarre. Why are they describing every little thing about this outfit? I can see the outfit. I know it's purple. I know it has purple flowers. I know it has snaps on the side. I know this. I know that. Why do they do that? But I do it too. I mean, it's just something that we tend to do. I don't know if it's to fill in time or to fill in just your voice or to have something to say while you're showing the outfit, because what are you going to say? So you want to describe the outfit. Here is this bunny outfit. It also has a lamb over to the side and a butterfly in the top part of the collar. And I'm going to pair that with the headband that has pink and green leaves. I'm just making shit up as I go, but I just think, I don't know, that's my funny humor for the day. I just think it is hilarious. It's hilarious how we do that. So here, I'm doing the feet. I'm putting some blushing on the feet. I'm not blushing the feet or making the feet as dark. I go with what I feel at the time. What I feel the doll is like at the time. That's kind of the way I paint. Like you'll see some of my dolls will have redder feet or darker feet. Some of them are very light. This particular baby doll is going to be very light skinned doll. I don't know. That's what I feel for this doll. I know sometimes you'll see artists and different arts of work, and it seems like all the dolls kind of look the same. I don't think I'm going for anything in particular. I'm not going for all the dolls to look the same. But if it happens, it happens, because that's just the way I do my art. But I don't mix my colors exactly the same every time. As you can see, when I'm mixing my colors, I'll add a little bit more color to whatever's remaining. So it doesn't always look identical every time, the colors. So that's why I feel that my dolls don't look the same, and how much I put on, they don't look the same. Sometimes I'll experiment a little bit. Well, I'm going to try this on this doll and see if I like that, you know, and I'll do that sometimes. When I first started reborning, oh my goodness, the amount of paint I actually wasted, because I didn't know how much to mix. I would do one doll at a time, and I tried to put little jars and keep dolls paint for a little bit and go back to it. But it doesn't seem to work as well, I don't think, with air dry paint, unless you're painting a lot. You're doing a lot of dolls and painting a lot. Like, I'll save some of the paint that I have. I believe after this video, I've saved like some skin paint here. But, you know, it's different the way I do it. So my dolls don't always look the same. Now, since I've discovered a little bit more and feel more comfortable, and I don't know, I just woke up one day and knew how to do some hair on dolls. Maybe my dolls will look the same because the hair will kind of look the same. Now, the last doll I did was Celeste or Cecilia or something like that. And I sent that doll off recently. I did the hair a little bit different because I want to experiment a little bit with different types of hair, or different hair, instead of the same consistent hair all the time. Just to get a feel of what I like, and a little bit of a different personality for the doll, more originality for the doll art, by creating different hair. I think the last few dolls I did some pink around the fingertips and around the toes and things like that. And I see a lot of people do that. I don't always do that. Sometimes I do that. Sometimes I don't do that. Sometimes I will put some, moles there. I feel like I'm getting better at the moles. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. There's a doll that you can see in the view there, sitting there. She has a few moles on her neck, on her face. The doll that I have on reborns.com has a couple moles on her face and her little bit of her arms and legs, just some sporadic moles here and there. I enjoyed that. It just gives some originality, because someone may have that doll, but they're not going to have the exact mole at the exact place, blah, blah, blah. I don't know if you know what I mean. Here I am, looks like I'm just putting some red on the hands and the fingertips. What I would really, really like to see come in the future is to be able to do more detailed nail work. Like, I don't have the moons on the nails the way I would like to. And yeah, that's going to come with time. And I've watched different videos, but once again, all the videos that I've watched, and that's why you can see I'm just doing a quick video showing you a little bit of me working on dolls, but I'm not showing you detailed, because I've tried to watch videos and follow details, how people do this. And I get ideas and stuff, absolutely. And I learn a lot, absolutely. But I will never, ever be able to carbon copy or copy 100% what someone else is doing. I find that extremely hard, and that my work has suffered because of that, because I'm not just going with what works for me or what skill I have, trying to copy someone else's skill. I think by looking at what other people have done when you're watching someone paint, and if they painting tutorial, it's really good because you can see maybe the brushes they use, the mixture of their paint and stuff and what they're doing. But I don't know what it is with me. I can watch it and I get ideas and I get closer and closer to what they're doing, but I'll never ever achieve the exact same effect because I feel that just a little bit of a twitch of a paintbrush or a little bit of a mark makes all the difference. And that's something you cannot learn by watching videos. It's something that just comes over time, I think. Like how I paint now and what it's going to look like X amount of years from now is going to be different. Like I did painting of hair and painting of hair and painting of hair. And it's not until it's just one day, it's just kind of like, okay, this is the brush I use. This works better. Oh, this is how much I should mix together. This is the consistency. That's how I twist the brush right there. And that's how I slant it. I got it. And it just came. It came from trial and error and all those mistakes and all those mistakes. Unfortunately, in any kind of line of art, I feel that it is all about trial and error. And the more you do, the more you learn. And when I look at some of the hair I've done in the past, it's like, what in the hell was I doing? And I hated it when I did do it because I didn't like how it turned out. But it was just, I don't know, just knowing the flow. I don't know what it is, but I am happy the direction my work is going in regards to hair, especially lately. I'm happy with that. So this doll that I'm showing here, I don't know if I'm going to, I definitely in this video don't show the whole doll being made. I think the second video, and I don't even think I'll do a second video, but the second parts that you guys won't see is I'm going to put probably a yellow wash over the doll. And then I got to do the hair, of course, and the eyebrows and all that. I'll probably put some more tones in the feet and hands. And then I got to do the nails and the lips, of course. And then I got to put more color on the lips. And then I've got to do the end, and then the glossing, of course, and all that. But I really enjoyed this paint session. I really, really did. Another thing I want to speak about. Did you see the new doll sculpt coming out by Chenza Dolls? Oh my word, that baby. The rolls and the expression and the body plate. I think this doll has a body plate front and back. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Love that baby. Love the rolls. Her babies and her sculpts, I just really, really love. And I'd love to go back and have some of the ones. Well, I don't have any of her dolls and her sculpts. So it is something I like to do. But I do know that once the doll is gone, it's gone. And I don't think you can get a Nemo or, some of their dolls in the China market and things like that. So she must protect her work well, because I do not see any of those dolls on the China market and stuff. So once they're gone, they're gone. But this new one that's coming out, I can't remember the name of it. Oh my gosh, go check it out. The kit is so gorgeous, so beautiful. Oh, I love it. Love it, love it, love it. So guys, I want to thank each and every one of you guys for taking the time out. And if you're still here listening to me yaddle on, I appreciate that. I appreciate all your beautiful comments and encouragement. When I show a doll, when I paint, during different things I've spoken about. There's so many of you guys that have made beautiful comments and encouraging positive statements under my videos. Inbox me personally, and I absolutely am still in awe of the amount of goodness that is out there in this community. And I'm so happy that most of us, or a lot of us now, videos that I see are focusing on the goodness in the community, the kindness, and ignoring all the craziness, the negativity, and the things that don't belong in our life. Yes, does it happen? Yes. But don't give it a time of day. Don't really make it something that it doesn't need to be. Who cares? The issue is with that person, not with you. You do what you want to do. You do you. And that's all that matters, you know? And if someone doesn't like you, they don't like you. If someone wants to think you're doing something wrong or need to do this, that, or the other thing, good for them. They can do that, this, that, and the other thing with their own life. You do you. Life is too short. You just never, ever know when your eyes closed for the last time. So you just need to not stress your days out by things like that. My life currently of painting and doing videos and stuff is absolutely fantastic. I'm so grateful for that. I'm grateful for my beautiful family and my kids and everything. And I don't want to seem, I don't know if the word cliche works in here, but I don't want to seem like, oh my gosh, I love everything. I love this. I love that. No, literally, my life is really, really in a good spot. And as you get older, I think you do a lot of reflecting, or I've been doing a lot of reflecting back on what my life was and compared to what my life is now, and maybe some of the directions and changes I should have made then that I didn't. And once again, it's just like watching someone paint. Someone can paint and you can watch and you try to mimic their mimics and you try to do it. But I don't know, it's just like in life itself. You can watch someone do things and give advice to your kids, to friends, neighbors, and stuff like that. But you know what? Advice is just stuff that people say, but the person learns on their own. They got to be willing to do those things. And they got to not just be willing, they got to understand in the long run how it may change their life. And for the most part, we all live, especially young, in the moment, and we don't think about some of those little changes or those directions that we may take that can make a big difference in our lives, in our relationships, in our careers, in our living arrangements, all those things, right? The main thing that I've learned is you don't want to lose yourself in life. Whatever you do, you don't want to lose who you are in life. And that, it's so hard because you forget. And you know, when I did that, I forgot who I was. Forgot who I was as a person. I forgot what I loved to do. I forgot what it was important to me. I tried to mold myself into something that I thought I should be, based on beliefs, based on roles that I thought I should be playing. All those things, instead of just following my heart. Follow your heart, you know, no matter what, follow your heart. I just wish that I had that knowledge, you know. I wish I did. But guys, I am going to take off. I am going to enjoy this coffee. I'm going to continue to watch these beautiful little birds and morning doves. I haven't seen the squirrel yet today. I don't have a name for the squirrel yet. Chipperdale, maybe? Oh, my word. Is there anything else you can name the squirrel that's a little bit different and original, Belinda? Anyway, guys, enjoy the rest of the video. I'll speed it up a little bit more here. And have yourselves a fantastic day. And don't forget, today is the first day of the rest of your life. What you gonna do about it? What you gonna do? What you gonna do? Bye, guys.
Welcome to the magic, where each doll's a friend. In Belinda's babies, the fun never ends. With laughter and stories, let your dreams take flight. Join our adventure, everything feels right. Belinda's babies, come and play. Colors and giggles, brighten your day. Dolls of all kinds, each with a tale. In this joyful journey, we'll set sail. From tea parties to dress-ups, let's laugh and create. Every moment is special, it's never too late. Join us for craft games and sing-alongs in Belinda's world, where we all belong. miss a beat. In Belinda's babies, life is oh so sweet. With hearts wide open, let's explore and thrive.